Now another reuse feature that we have are these include object in checkboxes, where you can include or exclude objects from certain output formats by enabling or disabling these checkboxes. So right now we are looking at a template. It's called the chapter print only template. And you can probably guess why it's been named chapter print only. It's a very user-friendly name to give to a template because it's pretty straightforward for your authors to learn. And in this template, all we have enabled as far as outputs is print, which means any topic based on this template that gets published to help or web would be ignored in our book. It's as if the object wasn't in the book to begin with. All right, so when we start to set up templates for our library, just keep in mind what output format would you like topics of this type to publish to. And you can enable or disable these checkboxes as you'd like to. Now let me go ahead and show you in a little bit more detail how that may work. Let me go ahead and close my books here. Now I'm going to actually create a new template here. We will disclose the mystery of how to create a template. I'm going to go over to my standards area under object templates. I'll go ahead and create my template in this common folder here. Now I want to create that chapter print only template, and that is a topic template. So to create that template, I'll go up to topic. I'm going to base it on none. I'm going to give it a name, chapter print only. Now to designate this object as a template, the only thing I have to do, enable this checkbox here, make this object an object template, click apply, and I have just added a template to my library. Alright, so chapter print only is created. Now what I want to do is actually disable these two checkboxes here, the help and the web tab. I only want this to be set up for my print output. Go ahead and save those changes. Now the only tab that I have to worry about setting up is going to be the print tab, because these two tabs properties will never be used. Alright, so let's go over to the print tab. We'll set up some properties here. I'm going to leave the heading field blank because I want my authors to be able to put something in that field. I'll let the style be set to auto. Now because this is a chapter template, I want to include a super heading here. So I'm going to actually put in the word chapter and then the numbering scheme that I'm using for my chapters, which is 1, 2, 3 written out. I always want my chapters to start with a section break. Alright, and now that I've inserted a section break, I have to tell author what page layout I want to associate with that section, and I do so by selecting a media object. So the media object controls my section page layout. We'll go ahead and browse out from here. I've got one already set up called chapter. Alright, and we will click apply. Alright, so this is my chapter print only template. It's in my common folder. Now let's go back to my book, and I actually want to apply this now to some content in my document. We'll make this nice and big. Alright, now let's say that this Acme X1000 chapter should not publish to help or web output. This section is only applicable to my print output. So what I'm going to do is select that topic, apply template. It's in the common folder, chapter print only. Okay. I could have also gone up here to template, common, chapter print only. Does the same exact thing. We'll go ahead and save those changes. Now if I turn on the detail view, I have my chapter print only template has been assigned. if I look at the properties of this topic, I see that it has inherited my template settings, and in the General tab, only the print checkbox is selected, and I cannot enable the Help or the Web tab. All right. Now, what's going to happen if I publish this book to a Help or a Web format? What's going to happen is this section is going to be ignored. Okay, so not just this parent topic, but any topic that is a child to that topic as well is going to be ignored. So I only have to put that template on the parent level topic. Everything underneath that would be ignored. Okay, so keep that in mind when you start working with those include, exclude checkboxes, is that any sub or child topics would also be ignored in those groupings. You can't have a child without a parent. All right, so now let's go to View Output. And you'll see that the Acme X1000 section is completely missing from this book now because it was only allowed to publish to my print output. All right, so very handy feature to become familiar with if you have some content in your book that you want to appear in some outputs but not the others. And the way to achieve that is to create an object template that controls that property. Okay, remember this is a designer feature. Templates are a designer feature. They're created by our designers to make our author's life easier. And we don't want to necessarily give our authors too many options. We just want to give them templates to choose from, and they don't have to set any properties inside of those objects. They just have to select the right template, add their content, and then move on.